Welcome back, everyone. Game 2 with God Eternal Oketra. Take a look at our opening hand. It looks pretty good. We got a Mana Crypt. We have 2 lands, a Solemn Simulacrum, and Ashnod's Altar. This all seems really good. Yeah, let's keep this. So as I talked about a little bit in the first game, Oketra God Eternal is 3 white for a 3/6 double strike. Whenever you cast a creature spell, create a 4/4 black zombie warrior creature token with vigilance, and if it dies or goes into exile, it can be put into the library third from the top. I really do think this is going to be one of the better mono white commanders. I think there's just a lot of good abilities on this card. And basically you can start talking about like 1 or 2 card combos with your commander. So it is a very combo-y type of commanders. I think it's going to be a really nice addition for those that really like to play mono white. Anyway, it's going to bring it to our turn 1. Let us play a Marsh Flats, Crack Marsh Flats, get a Plains, Mana Crypt, Ashnod's Altar, and pass the turn. And if you're wondering why I'm running fetch lands in a monocolor deck, it's because these can actually search out Misspell Plains, which can sometimes be relevant. Also, at one point I did have Crucible of Worlds in the deck. That is a possible route to go. Now, it's not budget friendly to do that, so like in paper, this isn't something that I can do. I don't have enough fetch lands to run fetch lands in my monocolor decks. But on Magic Online, it's no big deal, so we're able to do that here. It's one of those small advantages that mono white can give to itself to try and keep pace with the other colors just a little bit better because, yeah, their card advantage can be tough. It's gotten a little better over the past 2 years or so, but it's still not the easiest thing to do. You don't exactly get Rishkar's expertise in mono white, so. It's going to bring it back to our turn. Mana Crypt flip on us. Let's try Tails. We won the flip. Sweet. Staying at 39. We draw a Strip Mine, finding those lands. Let us play the Strip Mine, play the Solemn Simulacrum. Can't decide if I want to sacrifice the Solemn Simulacrum yet. I feel like there's value to it just kind of sticking around for a minute. Well, maybe there's not. There's not really creatures on the board, but next turn we're probably just going to play our commander, so I think we'll wait just a moment before we sacrifice the Solemn Simulacrum. Actually, we may put down Protector of the Crown because we'll be free to draw all the cards with Protector of the Crown this early in the game, so that seems pretty sweet. There's a Nath of the Guilt Leaf coming down. That's a scary commander. That's a combo-y commander if I've ever seen one. Now, there is Elesh Norn in our deck, and Elesh Norn shuts down Nath so unbelievably hard. I've had people basically just shame scoop against Elesh Norn when they were playing Nath of the Guilt Leaf before, so that is a thing to keep in mind. Take a look at what our opponents are playing. First up is Vermilion Nintendo playing Nath of the Guilt Leaf, a very combo-centric token commander. Cares about discarding, cares about making tokens. There's some enchantments that do some things that combo in like attrition. Mind Slash is a crazy one with Nath. You can do some things with attrition. If you like tokens and sacrificing stuff, a lot of little combos to be done with Nath. A Sin Prodder coming down for the Karavek. Talked about this guy a little bit not that long ago. He's not my favorite in terms of mono red card draw, but it's a card. It exists. It can pain people just a little bit, but I don't like the fact that they get to choose. Anyway, that's going to bring it back to our turn. Mana Crypt flip on us. Try Tails one more time. Won the flip again. There's a Teferi's Protection. That'll probably come in handy at some point in this game, I would imagine. Play the Scavenger Grounds. See if we can lay down this Protector of the Crown. Yeah, we have 6. So cast the Protector of the Crown. So Protector comes in and makes us the Monarch. Protector, like I said, going to be really good against Karavek. This is a card that has become a pet card of mine more recently, and I think it's really underrated. You know, it's a little pricey at 6, but if you're talking you need card draw on mono white, and you just like being protected from alpha strikes and big damage kind of things, it is a very good card. So we get to draw at the end step, and it's really cool too because its name, just like its ability, protects the crown. So even if someone swings into you, they'd have to actually kill the Protector of the Crown before they can wrestle the Monarch token away from you. So just really cool. There's an Enlightened Tutor. That's a good card. Cathar's Crusade and True Conviction in the deck. Also a Chroma's Memorial. Those are probably some of the better targets. Oh no. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may have target opponent discard a card at random. Ugh, hope it's the land. Maybe the Martial Coup. It's the Enlightened Tutor. Sad face. That's not going to work one bit. So Nath's going to get a token. There's a Cabal Coffers. No Urborgs in play, so not doing a whole lot yet. I'm going to swing into the Karavek with the Nath, sure. There's a Geth's Grimoire. That's a good one. Yep. That is worth blowing up in that Nath deck. That's for sure. Hope we can find some removal soon. I would not be sad to see like an Endless Atlas, something like that also. Skull Clamp off the top would be sweet. Put it on the Solemn Simulacrum, draw a bunch of cards. Bojuka Ball coming into play, gonna target us. Bummer. Continuing our opponents, by the way. Second up is Chaotix 2075 piloting Sedris the Traitor King, a commander that I've always wanted to play and never have. Says each creature in your graveyard has unearthed 2 and a black. So it's going to be a mill yourself graveyard reanimator-y kind of thing. I'm sure there's some things to do with it. I haven't seen a Sedris deck in a very long time, so who knows what upgrades it's gotten over the years. But back in the day, it was a pretty strong little commander. And I don't know, one that I'm looking forward to seeing in this game. We do have a Scavenger Grounds in play already, so that's good news for us. We can't exile the graveyards in case things really become a problem. And there's a Sin Prodder trigger for the Karavek. The revealed card is a Merciless Executioner. The Merciless Executioner hurts us worse right now because we don't have tokens, so we're going to take the 3 damage. And actually, that 3 damage just goes to Protector of the Crown. Sweet. Yeah. Protector of the Crown doing its job. Love this card. So good. Like, if you face a mono green opponent and they try to do the Revenger of Zendikar or Craterhoof Behemoth kind of thing, like, you get a free pass on that for 1 turn. There's a No Mercy. That's a good one. No Mercy is one of those cards, the first time that I read it, I remember just being like, it does what? And to some degree, I still feel that way. So it's going to bring it back to our turn. Mana Crypt Flip. We'll keep going with Tails. Tails has been working. 3 in a row. All right. There's an Odric Master Tactician. That is a sweet card. Play the land. Play our commander. We're short on the white mana currently for Odric. So I guess we'll just chill for the moment. Are we attacking anything? Definitely don't want to attack into the No Mercy. Opponents have tokens. Send the Protector of the Crown over to the Nath since they made us discard 1 time. So they go down to 38, and we will pass the turn like that. Yeah, sadly we didn't get quite as much done that turn as I had hoped, but we do get to draw. So we will continue to be the Monarch, and that's good news. There's an Expedition map. Nath of the Guilt Leaf coming back to play. I didn't see what it died to. Oh, Callous Dismissal. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. So opponent bounced it last turn. Seems like a good idea. Contagion Clasp for the Sedris opponent. Gonna minus on our commander. Interesting. Maybe fearing the double strike. And Death Baron. Skeletons you control and zombies you control have +1/+1 and Death Touch. Sure. So opponent does have 3 swamps in play, which means that Cabal Coffers could start doing stuff as early as 1 more swamp, which means we may shoot it. I don't really want to like blow up our lands, but something to think about. So Sin Prodder trigger. It's a land. Yeah, I guess we just take the 0 damage right there. And yeah, like I said, that's why Sin Prodder's not the best. Even better when we have this Protector down, because it can just eat the damage for us. But, you know, in that deck, for the same mana, you're better off with a Phyrexian Arena, I think. There's a Purphoros. That's a good one. As long as the opponent doesn't lay down too many things all at once, Protector can soak up some of that damage for us, but I wouldn't be surprised to see it die at some point due to the number of tokens. We're going to crack our Windswept Heath and get a Mistveil Plains. So it's going to be back to our turn. Let's stay with the old Tails. 1 to flip again. 4 in a row. Yeah. Could use a big draw right here. Ideally something that draws more cards, I think, is where I want to be. Thaumatic Compass finds us lands. That's cool. Lands are cool. Play the Expedition map. Crack the Expedition map. Ooh, we can get one of the card draw lands as opposed to... Man, Throne of the High City is expensive, though. Archivores is the one I'm thinking of. 6 to draw a card is a lot. We're not quite at that point. But at the other hand, yeah, I think I'm going to go with that over Emeria because we're a long ways away from Emeria right now. So I think we're going for the Arch. Play the Arch. Get Odric into play. That'll create a zombie token for us. And now we sacrifice the Psalm Simulacrum to get that mana. And the card draw. We draw, ooh, a treasure map. We can't get both into play unless we sacrifice another creature. What are we sacrificing? You know what? I'll give up on the 4/4. Play the Thaumatic Compass. Yeah, sacrifice the 4/4. This early in the game, there isn't like a ton that we need it for. We have plenty of blockers. So, yeah, I'd rather get the treasure map into play because Nath is still a thing. And then we can also scry one before our next turn. So, yeah. Are we doing any attacking? No, I don't think so. And we'll get to draw at the end step. It's a land. Nath's going to trigger. Let's see where they point it. Back at us. All right. It's getting annoying. Prefer to keep the Teferi's protection. There goes the Teferi's protection. Opponent's going to get to drop. So, yeah, pretty soon here we're just going to have to blast the Nath opponent since they seem to make us want to discard all of our cards. Opponent sending a token over to the Karavek opponent. For some reason they're going to block. Could just take the damage and Let No Mercy take care of it. Raider's Wake. So opponent trying to get that raid trigger. And there's an attrition. Oh boy. So we're probably about to lose all of our stuff. Beginning of your end step, if you attack with a creature this turn, target opponent discards a card. Yep. Nath is becoming a problem. Inexorable Tie. Whenever you cast a spell, proliferate. Another Sin Prodder trigger. Take a look at the card. It's another land. We will pay the damage, I guess. So opponent has one shot open on attrition right now. That's not the best. Ooh, Possibility Storm. Interesting. Interesting. All right, so we're going to scry with the treasure map at the end step. Boots, huh? Boots is good against attrition. It's not like the card we need exactly, but it's still a good card. Yeah, I think we'll keep the boots. Oh, yeah, well, the boots, we're not going to get to keep the boots anyway, so I suppose it doesn't really matter. But also the boots are cheap. Go Tails again. Lost the flip. Streak coming to an end. Play the land. Play Martial Coup X. Play Martial Coup X0. See what we hit. It's going to go into the Possibility Storm. It's a Council Judgment. Fantastic. Play the Council's Judgment. Opponent going to shoot our Odric. Okay. 100% choosing attrition right here. Someone put a vote on Possibility Storm, which I don't love, but... So attrition goes down. That's good news. Guess we play the boots and just see what we hit. Could be a Cage Sun. Could be a Memory Jar. Memory Jar is a card. Play the Memory Jar. Memory Jar, pretty bad with Geth's Grimoire in play, though. Something we'll need to think about. Do we play a land already this... Yeah, we played the fetch land this turn. I think I'm sending my commander in. We need to start dealing with this Nath. Can't just sit back and do nothing. Opponent just going to take it. So they'll go down to 33 for commander. Is our land going to flip over? Is our thing going to flip? Yeah, our thing's going to flip over right here. So with that being the case, I'm going to use it. Ooh, am I going to use it? No, I think I'm going to hold it back, actually. Just because I want to keep that protector around just as long as I can. It's good against a lot of things in the field right now. But what we can do is we can scry before the Monarch trigger. It's a Skull Clamp. Yeah, we'll draw the Skull Clamp. The Compass flips over. So we now have Spires of Oriska. Opponent going to use the Nath on the Sedris opponent. So a bunch of triggers going off for the Nath. Mindblade Render coming in. That's going to get shuffled away into the Possibility Storm. So they get an Arbor Elf. That's an Eldrazi Monument, but that's going to get swept away into the Possibility Storm. They hit a Phyrexian Altar. That's not much better. Opponent going to send the Elf token into the Karavek, and they're going to block. So Raider's Wake is going to trigger. She's going to trigger Nath and the Geth's Grimoire. Oh man, we need to find some removal. There's a Vandal Blast. That is very needed, but we will need to crack... Do we crack the Memory Jar? Opponent's going to... Copy target instant or sorcery spell with converted mana cost 4 or less. Don't understand. Is any of this actually going to resolve? Commence the endgame. This spell can't be countered. Draw 2 cards, then amass. Ooh. Opponent's going to proliferate. Ooh, opponent puts another thing on our treasure map. Very nice of them. Opponent draws some cards. Opponent proliferates. Possibility Storm, pretty sure is going to sweep away this Vandal Blast. Yeah. Turns it into a Blasphemous Act. There are worse things. Oh, did Blasphemous Act get swept away? Or opponent didn't... Maybe opponent didn't cast it. Huh. That was interesting. Opponent proliferates again. Opponent also proliferated our commander. It's now an 0-3. But we can sack it to the Ashnod's Altar and get it back if we need to. Slowly working it down. Going to proliferate. Now a -1/2. Opponent going to send the 8/8 into Nath. They're going to block with the token. Sin Prodder trigger. Mustable Gear Hulk. I'm going to let them have this one. I don't want it to kill the protector. Also, it'll get swept away. And really, I think we're all kind of against the Nath player at this point. Here comes Karavek. Yep, that's a good one. Whenever an opponent casts a spell. So all we need to do is cast a spell, and things are going to start getting shot. Perforos can do some damage. Protector of the Crown keeping us safe. Let's crack the Flooded Strand right here. Grab a Plains. Opponent going to send the Perforos into the Nath. Sure. Opponent's going to Worldly Tutor. That's going to go into the Possibility Storm. That's going to give a Karavek trigger. Karavek going to target us. Uh-oh. Slowly working through our protector. There's a Vampiric Tutor. And another Karavek trigger. Before I forget, I'm going to put Mistveil... I'm going to use Mistveil Plains to put Teferi's Protection back on the bottom. So some chance that we could get back to it again if we shuffle and do everything. So 3 damage on our protector currently. If I were Karavek, I would have shot some of those tokens and removed the possibility of chump blocking right there. It's going to bring it back to our turn. Mana Crypt flip on us. Let's go Tails. Lost the flip. Let's use the treasure map. Which land are we going to use to do it? Probably not going for Scavenger Grounds this turn. It's a Pearl Medallion. So Pearl Medallion will get swept away. That seems... What artifacts are in our deck? Achroma's is in our deck. That's a card. Suppose we take a quick look. Oketra's Monument is interesting. Ashnod's Altar, we already have. Solemn's gone. Memory's gone. Gauntlet of Power, Cage Stone, Achroma's Memorial, some Mana Rocks. Yeah, our artifact options are pretty good, I think. So we'll keep that on top. And we get some treasure tokens. We draw the Pearl Medallion. We will play the Pearl Medallion. Come on. Relevant artifact. Karavek will trigger. Possibility Storm will trigger. That's a Cage Stone. Yep, let's get that. It's going to trigger Karavek again. Gonna put that to the face of the Nath. Cool. Choosing white. So I guess it's risky, but we're probably about to lose our Protector. Our Commander doesn't really do a lot of damage right now. I think we pop the Memory Jar. Cool. Opponent agreed if we crack the Memory Jar, they will shoot the Nath. So we're going to pop the Memory Jar. Probably could have cast the Skull Clamp first, but whatever. Play. We're going to lose anything we don't cast. Core Haven is cool, but not a lot of attacking this game. So maybe Gaia Reach instead. Let's go Gaia Reach. Soul Ring. Oh, right. Possibility Storm's still a thing. Possibility Storm and Karavek. You know, if we eventually hit Achroma's Memorial, then our creatures will have Pro Red, which is super relevant. It's a Worn Power Stone. We're going to play the White Mane Lion. That'll get swept away. That triggers Oketra, Possibility Storm, and Karavek. So that Possibility Storm's into the Karmic Guide. Nice. Cast Karmic Guide. Karavek triggers again. Karmic Guide in. Let's grab the Odric. I don't know how long Odric is for this world, but we'll see what happens. So Nath is down to 6. We create another 4/4. I guess we just play Thalia's Lancers. Triggers Karavek, Possibility Storm, and Oketra one more time. Here's a Grand Abolisher. That's a cool one. We'll play the Grand Abolisher. Probably going to die to, you know, red damage, but what can you do? So Nath's still alive at 4. Protector is the only thing we can attack with, and it's got a lot of damage on it. I'd prefer to keep it alive if I could. So I think we're waiting until next turn. But we've now put ourselves into a situation where opponents will have to deal with our board state in some way. Got a decent amount of 4/4s out there, some other stuff, and they can all be unblockable thanks to the Odric. Although Karavek shooting things down like crazy with that Possibility Storm, so that's a thing. Let's put we're gonna want the Monarch token on the bottom for this, so that way Memory Jar will get rid of our hand. Nath will draw many cards. Yep, Nath draws that many cards and makes that many tokens. Interestingly, Karmic Guide does have protection from black, which makes it kind of relevant against Karavek. Ooh, Raider's Wake triggers a bunch of times too, so everyone's gonna be losing some life. So all those triggers resolve, we get to draw with the Monarch token. It's a Martial Coup. That's helpful, actually, because we do need to get rid of that Karavek. Karavek gonna be a problem. Nath points the trigger at Sedris. Triggers Raider's Wake, Nath, and gets Grimoire. Grimoire. So Nath has 16 cards in hand, plus about as many tokens that they can all sacrifice to Phyrexian Altar. So Lamore Elves into the Possibility Storm. Karavek triggers. Karavek thankfully still shooting the Nath. There's a No Mage Mentor. Hopefully they just take the Nath out with this trigger. And it looks like they're going to do that. Ooh, opponent's going to Golgari Charm on the way out. I think Karavek still kills them. Will it resolve? Oh no, it's going to get swept away anyway. It becomes a Heroic Intervention. Permanents, does that matter? I don't think it matters. Another Karavek trigger. See how many instants opponent can rattle off right here. Looks like opponent starting to work on our Protector of the Crown. Makes me sad. Though it has done an excellent job of keeping our life total nice and high. So Nath finally going down. Crisis averted there. Now we've got a Karavek to deal with. Karavek, kind of an issue, especially with the No Mercy and Possibility Storm are all going to make things very difficult. Although right now Karavek doesn't have the mana to recast if we just wipe the board. There's a Diabolic Tutor. Inexorable Tide is going to trigger. Possibility Storm's going to trigger. Karavek's going to trigger. It's a time reversal. Yeah, I'm fine with that. We could use some new cards. 5 damage on Protector of the Crown. Is it going to survive? No, it's probably not gonna, because there's another trigger pointing at it right now. Oh man, how much damage is this thing soaked up? I'm going to have to go back and count all the damage that Protector of the Crown has soaked up for us this game. We draw an Ugin. Ugin is cool. I guess Ugin does nothing with Possibility Storm, though, because there are no additional Planeswalkers in our deck. Sadly, we got our two expensive creatures. Expensive creatures bad when you're trying to cast things into a possibility storm. You want to go the opposite way on that. But Soul Ring is a card that could, again, find a Chroma's Memorial. Although, I guess we reshuffled some of our artifacts back in. We'll see what happens here. Opponent does have a 10/10 Death Toucher. That's cool. Oh, hey, as long as Karavek can't cast too many cards, our creatures will have unblockable. Or even better yet, we can choose how they block, which means we can actually, if we can't kill the player, we could take out the commander on the way in, and it will only take one token to do that. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So opponent blocks the 10/10 with the Sin Prodder. Yeah, Sin Prodder hasn't been doing all that much for them this game. However, I guess they're at 18. They do have No Mercy out, but once your life total gets low enough, No Mercy isn't so much of a deterrent anymore, but yeah. There's an Animate Dead. That'll get swept into the Possibility Storm. Bet there's some nasty enchantments in that deck. It's a Sanguine Bond. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life. Okay. Don't see any life gain currently. If it was the other one would be serious problem right here. Hope they don't have it in hand. There's an Erebos. Uh-oh. Erebos is an enchantment. I guess it's also a creature. Should be okay then. Lord of the Void is a card. It's one that I used to run. I don't really run it anymore just because 7 mana is pretty crowded. It's a little slow for 7 mana. And I have hit and whiffed with it a number of times. Perforos is going to do some damage. We finally take some damage because Protector of the Crown finally dead. Yeah, how many bullets did that thing take? And there's some Swiftfoot boots. Uh-oh. We've still got the Karmic Guide, so we're cool. Karmic Guide becomes a Rakdos Cluestone. Or, excuse me, the boots become a Rakdos Cluestone into the Possibility Storm. Man, announcing games with Possibility Storm down is difficult and complicated. Usually gets the best of me. Anything we can do at the end step? Protector's fine in the graveyard. Or no, nothing really worth doing at the end step this turn. So, Mana Crypt trigger and Karmic Guide trigger. I am going to pay for the Karmic Guide. The Pro Black, I'm kind of liking right here. Oh god, I overtapped. I way overtapped. That's not good. What can we do with that mana now that we've overtapped? Nothing? Forgot Cage Zone was in play. So I guess we go Tails. Yep, not really a place to park that, so that's going away. Cathar's Crusade's a card. So opponent has 2 blockers. Oh, right, we can just Odric. Although if we start casting spells like crazy, then Karavek's going to shoot everything. So maybe we just attack first. Oh, right. Also, Possibility Storm's in play. So, yeah, attacking first is probably the right idea here. Yeah. Anything else is too risky because we don't want to get this blown up. This is what's going to allow us to get through. Do a little check on damage. That's 12, 15, 21, and 25, roughly. Okay. Yeah. Everything will die to No Mercy, though. How do I feel about that? I think it's just going to be the cost of doing business, honestly. So, send in the tokens. That's 12. That's 15. That's 18. That's exact C's. And we'll send the Odric in over there since it won't die to No Mercy. We'll try to keep that one around. So Odric triggers because we're attacking with more than 4 creatures. Nice little last minute addition to this deck. I almost didn't have it in the first go round. We get to choose blockers, and I'd rather just get the damage in at this point, obviously. Death Baron isn't doing much for me. So, Karavek going down. Didn't see how they got to -4, though. Did I miscount? Maybe I miscounted. Oh! No Mercy doesn't trigger because they're dead they're dead when the trigger goes on the stack. That's huge. All right, then. That's a token. That's a 3-mana card. We have a bunch of tokens. Ugin, maybe not the best. So I guess but I think we still play the Ugin. Actually, we can... Okay. Play Soul Ring. If opponent doesn't have a board wipe, then we really don't have to actually do all that much. Man, the tokens have Vigilance. That's so good. We still have blockers up. That's ridiculous. Leave the Scavenger Grounds untapped just in case of shenanigans. Ugin coming into play. Play a Plains. I think we're just going to bolt. We'll bolt opponent in the face. And pass like that. Urborg coming down for our opponent. Glad that didn't come in while the Cabal Coffers was in play. That would have been bad news. Soul Ring for our opponent. They get to proliferate. In Garrick's Wake. Well, there's the board wipe. Destroy all creatures they don't control. Probably could have sacrificed some things for some mana first. Opponent's going to swing at us. Oh, and Planeswalkers. Ugin goes down. All right. All right. Opponent coming in for 14. We can Spires the big one. So I'll gladly take the 2 instead of the 14. Opponent does become the Monarch. Sad face right there. Ah, crap. I meant to draw with the Treasure Cove, but didn't catch it in time since I have 6 and didn't catch it in time. Oops. Mana Crypt flip on us. Let's try Tails. 1 the flip. No more scries left. Okay, so we'll just draw. It's a mana vault. Let's draw with the Treasure Cove. It's a plains. Play a plains. Cast our commander. Nope. Cast Cathar's Crusade first. Cast our commander. Cathar's Crusade triggers. How much mana do we have left? That's 6. About 10-ish. So I guess mana vault. Get Angelic Arbiter. Oketra will trigger. Cathar's Crusade pumps everything up. Angelic Arbiter comes in. Cathar's Crusade pumps everything up. Cast the Solemn Simulacrum. Cathar's Crusade will trigger. We get a zombie. Solemn Simulacrum comes in. Cathar's Crusade triggers. We get a land. We can have 6 right here. Use the ability. Grab a plains. And even right after a board wipe, we've rebuilt super fast. So yeah, I think that's going to be one of the strengths of this deck. If you have really, you know, any number of things, you can rebuild super quickly after a board wipe. Amass 2, then the army you amass deals damage equal to its power to each non-army creature. Ooh, interesting. And opponent will get to proliferate. Just gonna keep pumping up that zombie army. Is that gonna be 13 damage to all of our stuff? It is. It is 13 damage to all of our stuff. All right, all of our stuff goes down. We draw with the Solemn Simulacrum. There's an Endless Atlas. Looks like opponent wants to duke it out a little bit here at the end, so here's a Grave Titan. That's a good one. That is a very good one. Now we're going to get a chance to try and flex all of our card drawing might. Opponent gets some zombies off of the Grave Titan. Opponent plays a Grave Crawler, proliferates again. Opponent going to send in the big one. We will Spires the big one. Anything to do with the end step? Nope. Opponent still has the Monarch token. It's annoying. Mana Vault, Mana Crypt trigger on us. Mana Crypt, go Tails. Lost the flip. Draw. There's our Emeria. We have enough planes, so next turn we'll get a creature back. Cool. Mana Vault does some damage to us. Play the Emeria. Start with the treasure map. Draw a card. It's a Stoneforge Mystic. Nothing like crazy good right now. We do have Lightning Greaves, which is solid, but we don't have any of the really crazy equipments in the deck. Although, actually, Lightning Greaves on Victory's Herald? Yeah, that might do it. Opponent doesn't have any flyers. All right, then. I think we've got a plan. So, play Victory's Herald. That's going to put a Cathar's Crusade trigger on the Victory's Herald. Play the Stoneforge Mystic. That's going to trigger... I probably should have played our commander first before doing that. Oops. Get the Lightning Greaves. Cast our commander. Yeah, that may be relevant. Oh, nope, this should still be plenty. Whew, commander's getting expensive. Cast our commander. Play the Lightning Greaves. Equip the Lightning Greaves. And swing in for 8. I'm going to give everything flying and lifelink. Boom! There it is. So mono white Oketra, having to work a little bit, having to get opponents to agree to kill the Nath player was very important. Something that you should probably do most of the time anyway. But yeah, I really think that this is a very powerful deck. Like, I think it was around turn 7 we started to really build up a pretty good board state and be able to really start to do some things. Like, as soon as you get into a late game like that, if you've been generating some value in the early game, when you get to like turn 10, all you have to do is just play a couple creatures with your commander down and you have a big army. And then it's just a matter of untapping and swinging with it. So Oketra, really cool. I think it's, like I said, I think it's really going to be one of the better mono white commanders. As far as this deck, I really kind of wanted sort of Feast and Famine and Fire and Ice. I caught them at the last second just to get down to 100. Certainly things you could add in. Aetherflux Reservoir, something you could also add in. But yeah, lots of cool little things to do in the deck. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this one. As always, feel free to comment, like, or subscribe. Thank you for watching.